I can't believe a life without you's what I'm living through. And how I wish that there was more I could have given you. I don't think that there's a part of me that somehow isn't you. Ironic that it hits so different how I'm missing you. I miss how we used to watch football on Sundays, and how I told you that you should be on the runways. I think of how I met your mother and now we're not even friends. So I stand anxious cause I can't sit calm in my place. I still practice what I'd say in case you call me one day. I think of how I used to put the biggest smile on your face, and then I think of my mistakes. It's my fault that we can't have the life we always dreamed of, that we wanted to save. At least I saved all our photos, and yeah, I saved all our playlists. I keep our stuff like I don't know how to delete what we made, and the truth is I still got that money set aside in my savings for that ring and that wedding and our first down payment. I've been holding on to hope that you'll be back, that'd be great. I'm just wishing that we stayed, I didn't think we could fade. And I love you still, but you said that your feelings have changed about us, so I called a jeweler, and instead of your ring I bought a gold chain to chase the pain away. And my heart aches, the strength that feels the same as the propane it takes to make a flame. But it went away, and it's okay, yeah. My gold chain, it takes the pain away, but I rotate to feel in different ways. And I go back and forth like every day, but I should turn the page, and it's okay, yeah. I was frustrated cause you said that you loved me, but I felt like you lacked the patience for foundations I wanted to build for us so we could make it. But you were good with the weight and didn't want to suffocate me. You just wanted to hug me. It was all my insecurity, my lack of maturity. I thought you were hurting me, but you were there curing me. I've accepted lately there's a chance that you hate me, and baby, I don't think it's crazy to think that you should blame me for being the reason maybe that we didn't work out. I take accountability for where we're at now. I respect it, but look, honestly, it's killing me how you moved on, and the thought of us you're happy without. I'm sorry I wasn't ready, I'm sorry I didn't get it, I'm sorry I wasn't who you probably thought that you met when you saw me in that place when I made you laugh out of breath. And I'm sorry I was your boyfriend and failed to become your best friend. I miss the smile on your face and your lips, how they taste. I wish my only closure was my hands on your waist and your arms around my neck. To me that was everything. I guess I only have one option now, and that's to replace you with my gold chain to chase the pain away. And my heart aches, the strength that feels the same as the propane it takes to make a flame. But it went away, and it's okay, yeah. My gold chain, it takes the pain away, but I rotate to feel in different ways. And I go back and forth like every day, but I should turn the page, and it's okay, yeah. My gold chain to chase the pain away, and my heart aches, the strength that feels the same as the propane it takes to make a flame. But it went away, and it's okay, yeah. My gold chain, it takes the pain away, but I rotate to feel in different ways. And I go back and forth like every day, but I should turn the page, and it's okay, yeah.
Come a long way from the start. I still hold pain in my heart.
Chat, what's good? Chat, what's good?
Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how you feel about it. I mean, I don't even really have a real hobby. That's not a real problem, and I still got it. I need $1 billion. Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how you feel about it. I mean, I don't even really have a real hobby. That's not a real problem, and I still got it. I need $1 billion. Yeah, I've been in the lab, so I'm not one you see around thinking about my goals. So I'm not fun to be around. Now I want the whole field. Ain't no bush to beat around. I take it to the sky, so I don't ever see the ground. Wild card by, you can say I'm in the hunt now. Living out my fantasy, they love it when I touch down. Flyer than a plane or a pelican, I'm up now. Money, Drew Holiday, I'm playing for the Bucks now. I'm out in BK, Steve Nash. I don't see much, man, I only see cash. You can't be mad, you need to relax. And my favorite drug is hustle, I'm about to relapse. I'm getting all this money just from making these apps. Hope they take care of my hood when I'm paying each tax. I'm managing my waist, so they saying he's trash. But they look me up on Google, they be keeping these tabs. Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how you feel about it. I mean, I don't.
Chat was good. Chat was good. Hey, sorry, we supposed to start at 7. I had this very important phone call going on from 6 to 7:30. so we have all this we had some important Saturday night phone calls going on. But I want to play y'all some good tunes while I was wrapping up that phone call, y'all. How are we doing? How art thou? How art thou on Smart Money Sundays? We got so much to talk about, so many cool things going on in the world today. We got some pitches that are in the mix for Chat Capital. We have some amazing things to dive into when it comes to sourcing and thinking through the business stuff. More importantly, we just want to get a chill little stream in for the people, for the folks. How's everybody's Sundays, huh? Put in the Sundays. W Sunday or what? Hope everyone's having an incredible Sunday. The vibes are good. Everyone and their fam and their friends are happy, healthy. If anyone's on the West Coast, it was a beautiful day today. Like, it was like an unreal day today. Like, out here in Cali, it was literally like 77 degrees, sunny. No, like, I went out in a t-shirt just like this. Like, I was wearing this and jeans. Literally all day today, y'all. How epic was that? And then I had a quick little Bible study. I went to church today. Church was good. W God. And we got a little Bible study later tonight. And just getting the spirit right and the mind right as we think through some amazing things going on. But Chat Capital, we getting locked in. Today I went to my favorite coffee shop in Orange County. It's called Work in Progress in Costa Mesa. And I was locked. Like, when I tell you, hold on. How about that? There we go. But when I tell you guys, I was so locked today. It was like, it was an insane setup. Now I hear two of me. I hear that. Headphones. Boom. Testing. Why is there a delay? You guys hear a delay? That's odd. Let's try it again. Speaker out. There we go. But I was locked in Costa Mesa earlier today, and wait, there actually is a lag. Does anyone know how to fix that? Ayo, Power, what's up, legend? How you doing? Happy Sunday, dog. But you said your name is Nadal. Should I call you? I keep calling you Ayo Power, but I'm calling you Nadal. I want to make sure I get your names right in the chat. How are we doing, man? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just out here staying locked, staying focused, just vibing, trying to get things situated. So much going on, dude. Coffee shop, crank session, found some amazing brand partners for next week. Did some diligence on SpaceX earlier. Like I went in like Nidal means Stugel. What does that mean? What does Nidal mean Stugel? You put in Discord. I come here to learn actively. I'm gonna show you how to actively make smart money moves. That's what we're gonna work on. I'm showing you how to actively make smart money moves. But today was awesome, guys. It was like literally almost 80 degrees here in California. W church day, W work day, had some good Bible study in. Yo, shout out to amazing friends that just lead you to have strong values, man. I don't know what everyone else's religious beliefs are, but it's just like as long as you dedicate your life to something good, that's so important. Like that's so important. So shout out to my friends that keep me aligned in that. We had an amazing crank sesh at the coffee shop and just got so much done. We got some good ideas going, infrastructure going. We have like a big like in-person shoot day. I want to say in 2 or 3 weeks with our videographer. And we got like some pretty dope videos coming out. We have like some vids focused on data centers, some vids focused on, of course, some boring businesses. I love my boring businesses. As well as like we're trying to come up with some series and themes for the channel as well. It's cool that like 2026 is like a nice fresh start for the year for us to continue to give you guys some educational content, but also like a really good time for us to think through like what is our differentiated content strategy. Like I want to think about like what are some things that you can only get by clicking into my channel. And for that, you really have to lean into your strengths on the content side. And like my strengths, of course, is like yapping and talking about business and investing. But also I have like a very differentiated background, right? To where like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only YouTuber that has ever worked at Blackstone, right? Or the only YouTuber that's ever really done private equity. So I gotta start leaning into those and giving you guys either like access to things like that or trying to give you all a little bit more insight into like how pros actually think. So that's the big 2026 strategy is like doubling down on the things that only we can unlock, you know? As fresh 20 guy, I see as gold. Gold is a good play. Gold is a good play. But funny enough, someone in our Discord showed us that someone came out with a thumbnail that was just like mine. Let's take a look at this, y'all. It's actually pretty funny. And that's how you know we're doing something at least somewhat right, is that when we get some copycats on our content and thumbnails. So I'm actually very proud of this. Let me show you guys. Check this out. Look at this. This is pretty funny, right? I stole Warren Buffett's strategy and made $2 million with my boring business. I love that. Shout out to anyone buying boring businesses. And it looks like this guy was in a room with Warren Buffett. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. And whoever did this thumbnail, this is really darn good. I'd click on it. I'd watch it. But then there's mine, which is like, these are real people. These aren't like AI people. And like, it's actually me. So that guy did a really good job of like being inspired by our format, and I'm not gonna knock him. So go watch his video if you want to learn about his strategy that he took from Warren Buffett. But I think it was a really good, solid play. And my team told me I should be proud of that. So I am proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. I appreciate him taking the time to look at our stuff. But we are, what are we doing today? We got a lot of stuff to do today, chat. I was gonna do like some content work today with you guys on stream, but I don't know if you guys will find that interesting. I think what would be interesting is the investing stuff. And I don't know if I have it on here on my laptop, but we actually do have a live deal that we probably could work on together, I think. What about this? Maybe something like this. Okay. You guys want to see something cool? You guys want to see what it's like for like quick back of the envelope math on a deal? Let me show you some. Here's like very quick of the envelope math. We can actually start doing this together. Let me make sure there's nothing that's like not sensitive. So what this essentially is showing is, let me see. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to be showing this. I think it's fine. This is for the shred lords. I think it's fine. I'm giving you guys a preview of like the type of stuff you'll get access to in the deal team. All right. Let's try to show you guys a little something. There you go. Now you can see it. So there is a really compelling platform opportunity. And if you don't know what a platform is essentially like buying one business at a low multiple, then scaling and growing that and buying a bunch of other smaller businesses until they all kind of collectively represent a larger business. And then once it's a larger business, it then is able to like re-rate into a higher multiple. It's like the private equity math, to where if I buy a bunch of businesses at, say, call it 3 times, right? They're all in the HVAC space. We're going to call this subtastic HVAC, right? You know why? Because all the subs get exposure to this. If I buy a bunch of businesses at 3 times, I then own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Let's call it 5. I buy 5 businesses at 3 times EBITDA. They're each doing maybe 3 million of EBITDA. So 3 times 3 times 9 times 5, $45 million of like total equity contribution. Hey, Josh. Happy Friday, legend, or Sunday, legend. Happy Sunday. We're talking about private equity math. And essentially, like with the private equity math, you buy a bunch of these. 2 + 2 = 10. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if I buy a bunch of these businesses at 3 times EBITDA, and they're each doing 3 million of EBITDA, and we pay it 3 times multiple. So 3 times 3 is $9 million purchase price each. We buy 5 of these things, so we end up spending $45 million to purchase all of these 5 different businesses. We then spend time after we acquire them all to align them to be literally integrated, hire one central CEO, put branding around it to put it all under one label. And we unlock synergies, meaning that we start sharing customer bases. We start doing all types of things to ensure that the businesses are able to truly operate as one instead of 5 different bespoke operating businesses. And then once you do that and you continue to scale it, you then start to have a business that kind of looks like they're doing, 3 times 5 is 15. They kind of grow organically, say doing $20 million of EBITDA as one consolidated unit versus, 5 smaller ones. And after you do that, then you get to sell it at a way higher multiple, right? Like the multiple is like pretty insane. So now you can sell it for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times if it's the best in class platforms. You know what I'm saying? So that is, this is like a real live example That's too advanced. I know. It's like very complex, guys. But I want to let you guys know that like you're not just gonna come here and get the easy stuff. You get the complex stuff as well. So I got to use this as work time as well. But here's a great example. This is something to where like there's a business doing around 1.5 million dollars of EBITDA. I'm potentially acquiring it for 6 times, looking to pay around $9 million total purchase price, right? Given that this is a platform, I want to have some of the management team roll over, and it's going to have, split the check, boom, 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 right? The EBITDA, free cash flow conversion, blah, blah, blah. And then what you have is you have the original platform EBITDA here. This is just the first acquisition, right? Growing at, call it 10% annually per year. So this is what it's going to be doing on its own from the first acquisition. Then each year, we are going to be acquiring one business or two, we'll call it 2 each year, that's doing $1 million of cash flow each, right? So this is the type of sample where you buy one current year, and then next year you do 2, the other year you do 2, the other year you do 2. And the question that we're trying to solve here is how many do we need to do to reach a $100 million exit value, right? How does that work? What that works is you start to look on an annual basis to look at what is the consolidated total EBITDA for the entire system each year. And at what point, like what year, as well as how many of these acquisitions do we then get to an EBITDA that with the 8 times multiple, which is kind of like an average scaled multiple, which one can actually unlock a $100 million purchase or exit? And the math here shows that if we really want to get to a $100 million TEV, we kind of need to sell at an 8 times multiple, and we need to get to somewhere around $13 million of EBITDA. Rich topic. Happy Sunday, legend. I got to do that at my line of work just to see if I can buy any companies in my area. Heck yeah, dude. If you guys want, I can. Well, this is like what the deal team's all about. Like the deal team is we dive deep in stuff like this, sector by sector. For folks that are like actively looking at doing acquisitions, like we kind of pull out the models and the market work and help folks really make a very smart decision in buying and diligence. But I want to give you guys a little preview of like, this is the kind of math, like this is like the back of the envelope math to where like, if a CEO comes to me and says, I want to sell you my business, but I want to do a platform and I want to see what is it going to take for us to exit this platform at $100 million. And I'm like, bet, if we really want to do it, we need to do 8 acquisitions over the next 5 years at $1 million of EBITDA each. We need to get this thing to around 11 to $13 million of EBITDA. At that size, we can then exit at around an 8 times multiple. And that's like our enterprise value, what we have to pay. And this assumes no debt, by the way. And from there, that's how we're rolling. That's like the free cash flow conversion, usually for this kind of industry. You just multiply that EBITDA from free cash flow conversion. Because with this free cash flow conversion, like when we exit, we kind of want to see like, all right, what's the exit value plus the total cumulative cash flow that we've generated over time to get what our total value is. And if you want to see like what your multiple is that you make, you do the total exit value, which is the exit enterprise value, meaning like what's the price that someone's going to be paying to buy you when you're bigger, plus the cumulative free cash that you generated over time, and then less any debt, of course. But there's no debt, and this is kind of like an all equity play. And then this is how much equity we put in, around $50 million to build the platform, to buy the first one and then the 8 others. And if you divide that, this is what you get for your mower. And then what's super cool, like this is what I really love about it, is there's like different distributions for like different investors at different points. But what I love most is like this here, is that like there is typically like a carried interest play to where if you are a like searcher or private equity fund doing this for someone else, and like say we raised $50 million to do this acquisition, like we raised $50 million to buy this first business and then 8 others, and then ended up growing and scaling this to 8 acquisitions and then exited it for $100 million. This is like the gain that we get from carried interest. And carried interest is where when I was in private equity, we made all of our money. Because in private equity, carried interest is your percent of the gains you get on the deal. So if I want to understand as a private equity investor what my gain is in the carry, and why do private equity investors get carry? Because they're the ones doing all the work. They're finding the businesses, they're finding the management teams, they're integrating the companies, they're establishing value creation plans to actually grow and operate that business. If things go wrong, they're the ones that are firing the employees or firing the management teams and putting new, more capable people in place. They're the ones finding tuck-in acquisitions. Like, it's a lot of work, a lot at stake, making 100-hour weeks to do this. But the gain on this deal is we sold cumulative cash flow plus the enterprise value. The gain is around 80 million bucks. And you typically get 20% of the gain. 20%. And 20% of 80 million, 60 million bucks. So if you can execute on this kind of platform, buy, build, exit by raising capital from third-party investors, and you actually get a gain that's pretty solid, you can get 20% of that gain. This is kind of cool. You can leave with 16 million bucks. Not bad. W's in the chat. Granted, I just walked you guys through very simple, rough math of like building a platform. I know. AFR says it's too complex. Stormy, what's up, legend? How you doing? Have you seen my NVIDIA application? Yes, I did. Thank you for your NVIDIA application. Little late. What's going on? A lot of troubleshooting. Emmanuel, happy Sunday, dude. We're just talking about private equity math. How 2 + 2 can equal 10. And then the art of carried interest. Did that make sense? Or you guys want me to do it over again? Is Monday here? Oh, you in Australia? Shout out to my Australians. Are you Sydney, Perth? What part of Australia, bro? Hey, oh, Melbourne. Nice, Melbourne. That's so dope, dude. That's so dope. Hey, Boogie's in the mix. What's up, cuz? Oh, where's the overlay? Bro, I've been out all day, dude. I had no chance to do it. I was in church, went to coffee shop to crank. I had Bible study just now. And then I just turned on stream, y'all. So I haven't had a chance to make the overlay. We need more money to make the overlay. Donate some more money, and then we'll make the overlay. Nah, but I think Chat Capital's total AUM is like $200 right now. I owe you guys, I think, like $70 or $80 in Chat Capital, because one of the videos released last week or the week before, I said however many likes this video gets, I'll personally put dollars into Chat Capital. And I think one of them got like almost 100 likes, another one got like another 20 or 50 likes. So I gotta put that dollars in. So we might be sitting at like 350, 400. And then I'm feeling generous, so I might put another 1,000 into Chat Capital, just out of love for us to give more capital to put to work. But man, you didn't miss much, mate. We are, I just had this file open in the background, and I was like, this is probably really good to show people. Like, it's like very simple back of the envelope math of like, what does a platform look like? And what you really want to focus on is this table here. And it's like, all right, if we buy one business and then buy 8 lookalikes over the next 5 years that are all similar sizes, integrate, scale, centralize operations, have a central CEO, you then exit at a larger multiple, call it 8 times. You can get a pretty sizable outcome. And one of the CEOs that I've been connecting with this week has been asking me, like, what does it look like if we were to do a platform, and what does it take to reach $100 million exit? Because oftentimes, like when you're doing a deal, it's really important to articulate to a seller, what steps does it take for you to reach a certain like exit value, right? And this literally took like 5 seconds to make, but it's like piecing together a puzzle of, all right, how many businesses do we need to own, and how big of EBITDA do we need to have? If we know the outcome we want to have is a $100 million exit, and we know that the multiple we can get at a certain stage is around 8 times in this industry. So you have to like do the backwards algebra to back into how many deals you need to do at what size to get to that multiple. Richard, what's good, dude? What is good? Happy Sunday, legend. We just chatting private equity math. So what we doing? We're talking private equity math. So Richard, this is what happens if you have you buy one pet grooming business, and then you do 8 pet grooming businesses over the next 5 years. 2 a year. Right? This this is the kind of outcome, right? Say the one that you have right now is 1.5 million, and then each year you buy one starting off doing 2 million each, or two doing a million each, and then it continues to grow at 10% a year. And you continue to acquire and integrate, acquire and integrate, acquire and integrate, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This is like very feasible to where like every single year, like you just as a CEO, you have a very clear target. I want to buy 2 businesses per year, and I want to integrate those 2 businesses. And after that's done, the next year, I want to buy 2 more businesses, and then I want to buy 2 more businesses, all within the same industry and the same sort of like sector. If you do that, your multiple can be like quite compelling of like what you're selling at. And this business, this is in like the IT services space, and these typically are trading at around like when it's 10 million plus of EBITDA, around 8x. 8 times the consolidated system EBITDA, get you $100 million exit. That gives us, that satisfies whatever the owner wanted to understand of like, all right, what is like $100 million exit price? What does that look like? And for that, that means we need to be buying 8 $1 million EBITDA businesses over 4 years, 5 years, right? And then what your total outcome is, this is where it gets pretty compelling, right? You want to look at what was the exit? 100 million. But how much free cash flow did you generate over time? And this assumes that you distribute the free cash flow instead of reinvesting it into acquiring more businesses. And then from there, you just take that total value over the equity. And if you had debt, you can take out that debt as well. But this is just a very simple 2.6 time multiple. Now, here's where it gets cool. If you were to do this and simply raise capital for it, you're then playing the private equity game of generating carried interest on a deal to where if whatever the gain is, $80 million, right? 1.100, $30 million less whatever you put in. That gain is 81 million bucks. Usually the market rate is like you get 20% of whatever gain you generated. Why? Because you're doing all the work to source these businesses, acquire them, integrate, structuring, putting the right leadership team in place. If things go wrong, changing and adjusting leadership, all kinds of things. Like you're doing all the work. They just gave you capital, and you can get the gain. 16 M's. And that's how private equity makes buku cash. They do this all the time, right? So carry dollars are insane. But this is the stuff that Boogie be doing all day, every day, man. It's private equity days. That guy's a private equity shred lord. Richard asks, so should I buy instead of starting another location? That's a good question. I think it depends on how much cash flow you're generating, right? Like if you are, it depends. Like I wouldn't buy it for the sake of buying. Like there needs to be a very clear strategic rationale for acquiring another business, meaning that like that next location just has exposure to customers that you don't have exposure to yet, or it has equipment or a product offering that you don't have yet. But if like the available opportunities for you to acquire in a different location are just like very subpar mid, I wouldn't buy it just for the sake of buying it. I would actually spend the dollars that you have to reinvesting into your own existing operations, meaning expanding capacity, hiring more groomers, building out sort of a part of the shop that isn't really like fully functional or has utility yet. Little things like that you can use to just like kickstart and grow and scale your business. You know what I mean? Like I would reinvest into something that works instead of trying to buy something that's trash, versus also trying to go start something that could fail. Because if you go start a new location, you got to then sign a lease or purchase a property for that new location. You then have to do the marketing sprint to go from 0 to 100 and getting folks in, versus like you have something that might work. And what you could do is then just like expand your location from like 100 square foot facility, which is very small, or like 1,000 square foot facility to then 1,500, right? By expanding or adding little add-ons to it, or within your 100 square foot facility, hiring instead of 2 people you have now working, add 2 more to have 4 to get more utility out that same space. And just like whatever you can to just like adjust and improve the overall unit economics of like the specific unit that you have. Like, I think that's where a lot of people switch up, is that like people think that like business and holdco and the PE world is simply about just like running, like buying a business and running it. It's really like that's good for a GM. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you want to be a great GM, that's perfect for you. But I think the best of the best actually focus on resource allocation and understanding like where is the highest return on invested capital. To where like when you start to generate cash flow as a business And you guys tell me when to shut up because I'm cooking. But like when you start to generate cash flow as a business, you need to be thinking through after every single deposit of all the free cash flow, what is the best use of these dollars? Is the best use of these dollars to put it into an index fund, right? Does an index fund of the S&P 500 have a better return than what I would invest in my own company? Or is it better used at hiring another technician or groomer or doctor or HVAC tech, right? Or is it better used at acquiring a different business in a different geography? Have I tapped out of organic growth? Like, does my existing operations, I can't put any more dollars to work because it's like we're at capacity. We've grown already how much we're going to grow. Like, say, for example, we're in a city, we already have every single family and their dog coming to our shop. So me investing in marketing, me investing into another groomer, like it won't really change the needle because like we already tapped out of the organic growth potential. Now the next best use of those dollars is to actually go acquire in a different location where we haven't penetrated yet. Like those are the kind of conversations that like real like investor-oriented owners and operators need to be asking the question. Like, what is the best use of my dollars? Return on invested capital. Could you turn up your audio a little? Wait, can you guys not hear me? Uh-oh. Dude, I was cooking. You guys didn't hear me? How about now? Oh, you here? Oh. Morgellons, how you doing? It can be louder. Oh, maybe that. Oh, better. Oh, I turned my desktop audio thing. Oh, max value. Oh, I don't want you to blow your eardrums out, twin. Sorry, my bad, y'all. My bad. Okay, say everything that I said in 5 seconds. So, boom. The best thing that an investor can do is focus on the return on invested capital for their dollars. A good business will be generating cash flow. And once you get cash flow into your bank account, you need to decide as a business, do I have more areas to invest in organic growth? Or if I'm already tapped out of all the growth potential in my market and my different product or service, it needs to go into something else. And it either could be acquiring another business in a different geography or a business with a different product or service, right? Just to then have another runway of growth. Or is it better off like literally investing in a hedge fund? Or is it better off just distributing to our investors? Or is it better off paying down excess debt? Little things like that. You know what I'm saying? Clatch, how we doing? Happy Sunday. Brother, where did you work exactly before YouTube? That's a personal question, but I say it in all my videos. I worked at Blackstone KKR. On their private equity teams. So if I buy, okay, Richard says, so if I buy, let's say a second pet grooming salon, should I rebrand it with my brand or let it be? That's a good question. I would say it kind of depends on like the strength of your brand equity. Like what, like you got to ask like, what is the, like, how would you value your brand? Like, is that your moat? You know what I mean? Like, that's just like asking if I wanted to be in the pancake business and my brand today is the Original House of Pancakes and I were to acquire a Denny's, right? Should I keep it as Denny's or should I relabel to Original House of Pancakes? I would likely relabel to Original House of Pancakes because like of that brand equity and brand power. You know what I'm saying? So Richard, for you, it's like, you got to figure out like what is the true value of like your brand versus the second acquisitions brand, right? Like, I don't know how to measure this, but like if there's like a marketing study that shows that like consumers are so much willing more to go to the second company's brand over yours, then definitely stick and leave it as is. And maybe even consider rebranding your operations to that overall umbrella, you know? But sometimes people love the localized approach, right? Like, instead of saying like national pet grooming empire, people sometimes like to see like San Antonio, Texas groomers, right? Instead of just like national pet groomer awesomeness, right? Because sometimes if it gets too boxy, folks don't really want to go to it and shop with it. But if it feels local, sometimes folks are like attached to like that local vibe to it, you know? So it really just depends on like how you value the brand equity. That's what it's called. It's called brand equity. Like how do you value that across the different ones? And the way you can think about that is like when you're doing diligence on the second one, look at the reviews and see like how loyal people are to the brand and the people and the culture. You know, like you can easily tell a place that is like obsessed with the brand and the culture and the people and the name, right? You'll see reviews that say like, I've been coming to San Antonio West Side Groomers for 18 years. I love Sally. She's the best groomer in the entire world. What that says to me as an investor, don't change the name. Don't mess with Sally. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. But if all the reviews are just like W Groomers, they're good, 9 to 5, easily available, little things like that, it's just like they just have a presence that people like kind of enjoy and love, but aren't super attached to the name. And you can name it whatever you want. Does that make sense, Richard? A Boogie W question. I love how supportive you guys are each other. Right now, we are at 4.8 stars with 290 reviews. So I'll focus on the growth of the main brand then. Nice. Hey, first and foremost, Richard, congrats on that. You know how awesome that is to have people coming to your shop and leaving an above 4-star average? That is like so impressive. You have brand equity right there, champ. You have a lot of good brand equity there. Richard, you got to do the marketing play we talked about, man. Like you need to make a crazy 2026 push of this is the greatest grooming business in the entire world. Wait, I'm actually going to try to find the Instagram Reels or TikToks for you. Let me try to find it. And we can look at it together, guys. Morgellons, what'd you say? You said, when would you start another version of your business, but as a competitor to your other one to capture market? When would you start another version of your business, but as a competitor to your other one to capture market? So I wouldn't start another business that cannibalizes my existing business. Like that's what I wouldn't do. If anything, like think about the rationale, right? Like back to the example of the groomers. Like say for example, we're in San Antonio, Texas, and we're Richard's company, and we are pet groomers. If say for example, if Richard had every single dog owner in San Antonio, Texas as a customer already, meaning like out of the total addressable market, he has 100% of the market, then there's not much more rationale to invest in like organic growth because there's not really going to be like incremental return on either marketing spend or higher, right? Because we already have 100% of the market. What makes sense for us to do then with our capital to continue growing? It's to expand it to Houston or expand it to Austin or expand it to Dallas. I don't know Texas geography, so these things may be really far from each other, but that might be like the logical thing for us to do. Now, in order for us to do that, I really think it might make sense for me to go acquire a brand that is already in San Antonio, Texas, or Houston or Dallas. Like that makes sense because we don't already have exposure to it, but we have like operational excellence in everything that we did in San Antonio. So if we have everything that we did in San Antonio, we can then acquire something in Dallas that might not have as good of operations. We can acquire that, bring that up to standard of what we did in San Antonio. So next thing you know it, this subpar Dallas one, we then acquired at a cheaper price, improved it to be like San Antonio level standard of excellence. And next thing you know it, they're both 2 different markets, same owner, could be different brands or the same brand, whatever we want, but they're all performing at like incredible efficiency and margin expectations for us. And then once we then have every single Dallas pet owner as a customer, we then go to Houston. And then we then go to Austin. And then once we have Texas dominated, that, my friend, is big enough for us to say, all right, let's sell this entire thing. Let's maybe take 6 months and rebrand everything. Why? Because we're about to get out the game, gents. Let's rebrand everything to just be Texas Groomers. And instead of us saying that we have 5 weird, different, unassociated locations, we have one state-oriented grooming empire. Texas groomers with $10 million of consolidated EBITDA. We have 10% growth. If they really want to get the details of like the underlying unit economics of each different like location, they got to ask for that in the data room. Make them work for it. All right. And then they can figure it out themselves that these are actually 5 different locations that we just rebranded. We then sell that thing for 10 times. When in reality, we bought Dallas at 3 times. We bought Austin at 2.5. We bought Houston at 4. We played the multiple arbitrage. We centralized operations. We promoted Richard to global CEO of all of Texas groomers. Or if Richard didn't want to do it, we hired Rich Topic, right? We have one central CEO of Texas groomers. We then sell that thing. Boom. $100 million plus exit. Don't quote me on $100 million, but whatever it is, this is a great multiple exit. And that's private equity math, gents. W, boys. W, boys. That's how we cook. And if we raise capital for all of this, then we get 20% of the gains. Either way, it's a win-win for us. We get to do what we love. Grooming pets. We just find out what the highest return on invested capital is. That plan is insanely good. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. The Android, how you doing, champ? Happy Sunday. Rich Topic. Richard, you in the DA too? I feel like all y'all in Texas. I feel like my whole squad is in Texas. Boogie, I feel like me and you the only ones that are like West Coast. Everyone either international, Australia, or Texas. We need a tour. Boogie texted me earlier today. He was like, "We need to take Kenny Finance on a tour." I was like, "Bet." And he said a good idea. What did he say? Boogie said, Boogie's like also like my content strategist. He was like, 50 states, 50 businesses. Wouldn't that be a 6 series? Buying 50 businesses in 50 states. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, wait, Rich Topic. Oh, wait. Your whole name is Richard too? Wait, that's crazy. It's crazy because I think you're talking to me, bro. My name is Richard, both of y'all. I call you Rich Topic and I call Richard. Kenny be giving away $300 consulting for free? That's funny. It's a lot more expensive than that, Richard. It's funny. What I charge like industry people, private equity people for like asking me questions and all that is like $1,000 an hour. Because they just be asking all kinds of like random weird questions. Boogie, did you know that they started adding me to like the GOG networks? So now it's like I got like GOG Alpha Sites stuff and scheduled and all that. But it's like an expert call, but they just like grill you. Like someone wanted to ask me about like HVAC service rollups because I was with KKR. We owned a platform called Neighborly, so they just wanted to understand like what people look at and all this stuff. Also, this is a good point. What do you guys think about the deal team? What should we charge for the deal team? The deal team is not going to be free. Why? Because it's going to be like doing work like this to where like we look at deals together. We like think about operational diligence. We have like checklists and all these. Like it's going to be like if anyone is serious about buying a business, they need to join the deal team. Like it's like our private community of just like serious business buyers or like enthusiasts that want to like truly understand what it takes to like acquire a business, run a business, grow a business. We have like speakers coming in every month that are like wealth managers, that are actual business sellers, business brokers, all kinds of things like lenders, just to help you like actually like boss up and do this stuff legit. And then there's like templates and courses and all that. So it's kind of like business buying university in a sense with like all the resources and everything. It's like pretty sick. Yeah. It's going to be like, I forgot what like there's like a community manager that her name's Sandra. She wants to help us run it on like the day-to-day. Like she wanted to do like weekly, like office hours or catch-ups, monthly speaker series. There will be like courses and resources that you can access at any time you want. There'll be like it's called Circle, but it'll be like a Circle community dashboard where like you can like hang out and talk to other folks that are also searching and looking. So that is the value prop, but I think it's like a really, really, really good, useful thing. I think it'll exist in perpetuity. There'll be like cohorts of like people that are joining and like trying to go through a journey of buying a business, but I don't know. Monthly payment or like one time. I think it'll probably be a monthly payment. You know? Let's look up others. There's like, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be called the Deal Team. So it's gonna be like my version of it. Because there's like, let's see. Contrarian Community? There's like this one. This is Cody Sanchez. It's Cody Sanchez. Oh, there's a big delay? Oh, shoot. How's there a delay? Uh-oh. It's like an academy for business buyers. This is her thing. Giving you details of how to like buy businesses and all this stuff. Yeah, she's really cool. Yeah, more gallons. Thank you. But like mentorship, faculty, deal analysis every 2 weeks. Literally the exact same thing as this. And then like tools and resources. It's literally the exact same thing as this. My only thing is just like, that sounds cool, but like, I don't think she runs it. I think like she has a team that runs it, you know? And it's like you like the value of the community you get from like that team. And I don't know if this team has ever, I don't think this team has ever like spent time doing deals if they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I don't know. It seems cool. Like, look, I don't know. The only thing though, I heard this is $10,000 a year. So, oh yeah, this is like the team of it, you know? And these are all kind of like small time business brokers and people that are just like popping in and talking about things. I don't want it to be kind of like this way. Like the way how I view it is like literally me and all my finance bros put together some dope ideas and content for you all, record it so you have access to it. All the models that I use on my deals, I just make a template, upload it. I kind of like spend some time like actually writing out and structuring like what does it look like to do diligence, like diligence checklist, different, things for different industries. Because we looked at a bunch of stuff. Like on my drive, there's like so much stuff about buying a business that I'm doing right now that I can just clean up and make usable for everybody else. So yeah, I thought about launching that because like folks have DM me I get like hundreds of people ask me like, do you have a mentorship or like one-on-one coaching? And it's like, I got literally like no time in the day for that. So if I'm going to have anything, it's going to be like a weekly or monthly group thing to where like everyone gets the same benefit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. But I don't know. I don't know how like I think usually these things are like either one-time yearly thing. And Cody's is $10,000. That's expensive. Or it's like a monthly thing. So I just gotta figure out what the good price is, what people can afford. I think for the OG members, I'll either make it like dirt cheap just to see if you guys learn something. But as we get huge and big, it's like I don't want to have everyone and their mama in this thing. So it will be a little pretty penny. But it has a good value proposition though, right? Makes sense, right? I think it'd be like, it's granted, like it's not for like, business buying visitors. That's what YouTube's for. Right? If you're a business buying visitor, meaning that like you're just like you heard business is cool, you think investing in one might be awesome. Great, go to YouTube. We teach you everything you need to know. But if like you're in the trenches, like you are signing an NDA right now, and like you're speaking to a banker next week, and you got a data room, and you just don't know what you're about to do, like you got to do this stuff the right way. And like I'm blessed to have an amazing network of like investors, advisors, operators, business owners, all types of folks that can just like give perspective and insight to help you make a smarter, informed decision. Like the point of the Deal Team is to make every single person that goes through that be able to invest in approach capital allocation as if they worked at Blackstone. That's the objective. And that way, that will better position you than any other business buyer in the entire world, I think. That's my thesis. I'm trying to make a whole squad, an army of absolute shred lords. That's the goal. So, I know like on Instagram, so many people have like asked like, oh, when is this launching? When is it launching? When is this launching? I want to be very intentional about it because it's like I want to give you guys literally everything that is required to do this stuff the right way. Because here, the real reason is it's like, look, this is not like we're not messing around here. This is like real stuff. Let me give you guys an example. I'm gonna show you guys something that's actually applicable. I just don't want to show you guys illegal information right now. How do I do this? There's that. Is this it? No. Maybe this. Nah. How do we open this up? Oh, growing the existing one? That's good. That's good. We got to get more business growth content out. Oh, Brian Lubin? Who's Brian Lubin? Let's look him up. Who's Brian Lubin? Real estate. These guys are huge. Oh my goodness. I help high performers leave corporate. I love that mission.
If the idea of working a corporate job for the next 40 years makes you physically nauseous, this is the
Okay. You don't have to build from scratch. Oh, buy businesses that pay up $100,000. We work with a high performer seeking to replace 10 to 20K of income. Oh, they put like testimonials and stuff on here. Get ideas from him too. Free blueprint. We reverse engineer your dream life. Acquisition accelerator. 6 years of acquisition knowledge. 60 days. We connect you with vetted partners, mentors, and investors. Oh, wow. How much does it cost? Oh, wait, they make YouTube videos.
day one going into the business.
Oh,
You
sick.
guys both put 50K down together on a business that's actually decent.
On a land flip. Let's see. Let's see. Action. Brian Lubin. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a red flag. This guy's showing everyone in the world. Buy this thing. I'll show you how to buy a business. Escape the 9 to 5. When in reality, I'm an amazing sales rep. Richard, don't fall for this, dude. Richard, don't fall for it, twin. I bet you he doesn't even know what EBITDA means. All right. All right, Kenny, stop being a hater. Anyway, dogs. Anyway. Let's do a little sprint. Let's find some businesses real quick. Anybody get a business that we want to look for? Oh yeah, Stormy pitched NVIDIA in the application earlier. So if you guys haven't pitched your stocks into the applications, we do have a Google form now for you to pitch your amazing investment ideas. The reason why like I'm so obsessed with public markets is like I want to show you guys the diagram of like where cash flow goes. Right? I want to show you guys something. Like this is what the whole vision is, right? The vision is you have holdco, right? That's the vision. You have the holdco going. The holdco then owns a few things. Private business number one. Right? What's the thing? There used to be Boogie, what's that shortcut? I haven't used the PC in a long time where you can do like Alt H G A H. Oh yeah, there you go. Hey, I still got it. I still got my shortcuts. What y'all talking about, twin? All right, boom, 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 down, down. Right? Like, say for example, this is the vision. Then right? And then insert symbols, icons, dollar. I'm going to show y'all some stuff. This is the beauty of the holdco. You have these different private businesses that are all and they're all sending dollars from private business all the way up to the holdco, right? Annually, each year. What you then can do, once you have all of this stuff going up to the holdco, is you can then have two different conversations. You can have one buy more private businesses, or buy stocks, right? Because there could be a very compelling, exciting opportunity to where private businesses are generating, let's say, for example, insert text. Where's text? 40% of free cash flow yield. Meaning, like, when your dollars are in a private business, you're generating like 30% free cash flow. Or there just could be an amazing opportunity in the public markets, right? Like a memory play or NVIDIA or something like that, where you can get 80% plus gains or something like that, right? Now, granted, normally it's kind of like, all right, your private business is slow growing, getting you 10% free cash flow yield, but your freaking stock that you're investing, you get 15, 20% CAGR, right? If that's the case, the decision that makes the most sense here is to buy more stocks. Oh yeah, there's also a third one. Let me tell you about the third one. Actually, put it here and then go boom. And that is to reinvest. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as a business owner and investor and holdco operator, like, you got to really think through, like, these are the three different decisions I can make. If we have cash coming from all these three original businesses that we acquired coming into the holdco every single year, we need to decide, does it make the most sense to reinvest into our existing businesses to increase the amount that we're getting annually? Or does it make sense to buy more other businesses that give me a 10% free cash flow yield? Or does it make sense to buy stocks that give me a 15 to 20% CAGR? Now, the beauty of the holdco, the reason why I love Dreamline so much, and I think it's like a very like amazing, advantageous setup for my career, right? If I just loved private equity, like it just makes sense to stay doing private equity at a bigger firm that just has like bigger fees in AUM, right? Coachy life. But you're very limited in that, right? You're limited to the deals that like that fund wants to do. And you also can't like do a hybrid Publix bucket either. But if you have a holdco, if I buy even just one business, and that one business is doing $1 million of cash flow each year, that gives me a $1 million budget to play the game that I love of simply investing into anything I want. But there's no rules. If it makes sense for me to buy real estate, if it makes sense for me to buy Airbnbs in Spain, or if it makes sense for me to buy like data centers in China, with that private company cash flow, I can do that. If it makes sense for me to buy tech stocks that we research and chat capital on that, I can do that. If it makes sense for me to buy another private business, then I can do that. Or if it makes sense to like increase our marketing budget at the existing private companies so that we can like increase the overall cash flow and revenue, then I can do that, right? Like Holdco allows for business and investing enthusiasts to like simply play a ball game of investing. It's like really cool. Like that's what Warren Buffett gets to do. Like Warren Buffett literally gets to sit in his office, read about opportunities globally, and act and strike on something that fits within the circle of competence, just like how we listened to yesterday. Granted, his circle of competence is like all things business, preferably like blue chip, good stocks, right? So I got to figure out like what is going to be like Dreamline or Kenny's like circle of competence. Not really real estate. I'm not like a really deep real estate guy. I have 2 properties, but I don't like them that much. I kind of regret buying them. I love operating businesses. So we're going to have a pretty good privates portfolio. I'm obsessed with stocks. So it's good to have like some stock exposure. But then it's like, look, if we need to just go, if the dollars make sense for us to go buy gold bars at Costco, we're going to stack up on it. You know, little things like that. Like, it's like, this is why I love investing so much is like, once you get the engine rolling and it's like good, stable, consistent businesses, like it starts to become like a pretty, like it becomes a really awesome video game of just like capital allocation. But here. And sometimes it just makes sense to put it in a high yield savings account and bank account and just like, or treasuries and wait for a perfect moment to strike. You know? What do you guys think of that? W strategy or L strategy? Like my goal is to help you guys get to building your own holdcos if you want, or just like better businesses. Like, you know, Rich Topic wants to have like an incredible organic growth in his business. You got a bunch of ideas on that. Can we apply that to personal scale? Yeah, of course. Like breaking it down to personal scale, it's like, say you have income and you're earning $60,000 a year, but all of your expenses are only $20,000 a year. After you take care of your expenses, you have $40,000 left. You can then think through, what is the best use of those dollars? Is it to invest in a vending machine? Or is it to invest in an index fund? Or is it to reinvest into my skills and knowledge and resources? Should I get a certification to increase my earnings potential? Right? Like think of yourself, Nadal, as a business. You know? Like think of yourself as like, what's the best return on invested capital for me personally? And I would say, and Buffett would agree, that some of the best things you guys can do is actually like invest a lot of dollars into yourself in terms of learning, knowledge, skills, and resources, little things like that to increase your earnings potential, increase your skill sets, transferable skill sets, and you can really boss up like that. You know, that's an amazing question though. Like how to apply that to personal scale. Like if I were 20 years old again, and I want to figure out what is the best area to invest, it honestly would be learning to develop like mastery in enterprise-oriented AI skills. I would definitely have that be a core pillar of my skill set. The second would be if I just want a good job and good pay, and I'm not like at a crazy good university or Ivy League, I would go into the trades. I would get me an amazing like certificates, certifications, and like licenses in the trades, specifically like electrical, like industrial electrical, grid maintenance, transmission distribution, HVAC. That shortage is real. Like we're gonna be running. Like there's so many people are trying to be doctors, lawyers, and like investment bankers, and we have way too many of those. We don't have enough electricians, HVAC folks, elevator maintenance, aircraft repair people, and that's where the money is. Like being a pilot, like we don't have enough pilots. You know how much pilots are making $500,000 a year? Isn't that crazy? Pilots, and they don't have to work that much. Like they have rules and restrictions on how many hours they can work because they need to be well rested. So pilots making bread, yo. Thomas asks, you said mastery, just mastering AI skills. I think mastering like the AI skills is like a quick money grab. I think that like right now, like this year, next year, those that master the ability to build and scale using AI can unlock a pretty good setup for them. That gap is going to close soon because AI is going to get good enough to where everyone can use it without any skill, I think. Right? Like last year, the whole world was focused on vibe coding, you know? And there's like a skill needed to vibe code effectively and to actually build a product from vibe coding. So that kind of still has like a little bit of like a moment or an opportunity. But that's about to close pretty soon because now it's going to be like you just talk to a thing and it creates a thing. And then we're going to have way too many things that were made by vibe codes. Right? Like there's going to be too many of similar things. And there's either going to be like an acquisition and consolidation, or it's going to be like, I don't know. It's going to be like a short window of opportunity, I think. But if you're like an enterprise-minded business professional and you can maybe go into boring industries or very like simple archaic industries and implement AI skills to like modernize or unlock efficiencies, I think that's incredible. Like I think some of the best entrepreneurs, like here's like if I were a founder 5 years ago or 3 years ago, one of the number one ideas I would have done is building ag tech and ag robotics to serve farmers. It's a very niche, weird idea, but it's something that we saw at CES last week, right? The headline stat is that farmers spend historically 6 to 12 hours sitting on machines doing planned routes to maintain their crops in their land. 6 to 12 hours doing nothing, just sitting in that thing, turning, right? That's what they had to do every day, all year, every year, right? Like that's some farmers' lifestyles. And they were amazing thinkers, enterprise-minded, AI-focused folks that understood the pain points of agriculture. And they said, I want to build a autonomous, robotic, large tilling and agricultural maintenance equipment that allows for the farmer to control it from their phones and let the machine run 6 hours a day, no human involved, and allows them to free up 6+ hours out their day, as well as be a lot more efficient. That is crazy ROI. That's where you need to be focusing your AI skills, is finding applications that are offline, that are boring, that are slow, and finding a way to digitizing it and solving a human pain point that frees up time for them to focus on more higher ROI pictures or things. Now that's a W setup, right? That's a really W setup. I'm trying to follow up with the John Deere folks to get us to go to their headquarters or like their facility so that we can like ride one of those things and hang out at the headquarters. I think that'd be like really cool for us to see for like an IRL stream. But that makes sense though, right, guys? That's where the money's gonna be made. In the high cash flowing industries that have worked with its legacy systems and you add a little spice of automation and AI to improve the quality of life of the people that work there or to improve the overall margin profile, that's where it just gets crazy. You know what I'm saying? But vibe coding, just the vibe code, look, everyone's like literally there's going to be 1.5 million personal fitness vibe coded apps or habit tracking apps. All these things, right? It's kind of like those faceless YouTube channels. Like everyone's making faceless YouTube channel. Everyone's making vibe code. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like it's a quick money grab. You build an app using vibe code. You market it on TikTok using UGC. You charge $5 a month for it. Everyone's gonna be building these things until it just pops. But what's like enterprise minded, like real hardcore, like you're about like real business oriented, is like finding real businesses with real budgets, with stickier customers, with clear pain points, and truly an enterprise solution using automation, AI, hardware. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is cool. I'm giving you guys like advanced, like today's like, you guys got my mind real. I was like cranking all day today and I was like, let's give them some advanced stuff. I'm giving you guys a bunch of advanced stuff. Is it too advanced? Do you guys like this or you like me talking about like some of the simpler stuff? Because I could yap for days about everything. I freaking love businesses. You know? But what's cool is like there's even levels to there's like so much more stuff that we can even go to that's like more in depth with all this. It's just sick to think about. Find a solution, not sell hope. Not sell the hope. That's facts, dude. That's facts. Let's try to find one, actually. Let's try to find one together. Let's make a list. Like, if we were to think through, like, guys, if we were to think through, and call this. Yeah, this is your tribe, Richard Topic. This is your tribe. This is your tribe. Industries to build. Let's make a list of industries to build. Like if there's something that is like super boring. Actually, Rich Topic, this is a great question for you because you're in construction. There's not a lot of AI in construction. This is a really good question for you. Like, what exists in either a general contractor, developer, or like construction workers' day and lifestyle that theoretically could be more efficient or done with a robot or done with software, like something like that? And we can also ask AI for this too. Yeah, we can also ask AI. What is it, Gemini? Let's use Gemini. I'm getting really, really excited with Gemini. Ooh, this is really cool. Okay. All right. I like to know what are the different industries that are sleepy, offline, that could use a bit of automation, AI value creation to unlock efficiency, to save human hours, improve business ROI, etc. And don't give me simple, basic stuff. I want very niche, sleepy ideas that haven't been implemented, like land serving, agbot. What else? LiDAR scanning of utility assets, etc. Little things like that, right? Let's see what AI gives us. People hyping up Gemini. Let's see if Gemini is really about that life. Haha. Okay. Ooh. All right. Can y'all see? Start new chat. Continue chat. And new tab. Oh no, did we lose our chat? Oh shoot. Expand menu. Oh, so this is like the Gemini thing? Streamlabs bot just silenced you. Hold on, this is what you said. Okay. Put that back in there. Dude, we just lost our Gemini conversation. Dang it. Oh, here we go. All right, it's back. So, geotechnical engineering and subsurface analytics. While civil engineering is modernizing, the dirt and rock phase of construction remains largely manual and prone to expensive errors. Ooh. AI interpretation of court. Computer vision can now identify and classify rock types and fractures. Okay, unstructured report extraction. LLMs are being used to ingest decades of PDF logs to convert them into structured GIS and Excel formats, instantly creating 3D surface. Nice. Predictive soil behavior. Nice. Okay. Ooh, timber industry. The timber supply chain is notoriously fragmented and dependent on manual volume estimation and legacy mill settings. You guys writing this stuff down? These are banger ideas. Okay. Wait, let's see if we could like... Great. Now build a table of all these ideas with the following columns. Number, industry, AI application, right? Something like that. Let's see what it does. Wow, we're like watching AI in the flesh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Gemini. Would you like me to dive deeper into these? How do I? Oh, I guess we got to copy it and then put it in there. How about this? Maybe like this. Oops. Nah, it's like a weird copy in chat. Okay. Let's see if it does that. Can I do it? We're hitting the AI limits. Man. I thought this thing was cooking. Anyway. There we go. Boom. What is this last one? I wish they could like automatically do it, but that's still fire though. All right, but rich topic. You says, bid bro, if we can make an AI robot that will do the takeoffs and estimates that automated a lot of the important, the more job I can bid on, the work I can get without me. But how would that work though? Like for jobs and bids, like don't you have to actually like go out to sites and stuff to like successfully bid on a project? Or I don't know about that, or kind of just like manually review it and get a sense of like what your oh, Alex Quinones, thank you for subbing to the channel. Appreciate that. Thank you, legend. Happy Sunday. But rich topic, like how does the bidding process work? I actually don't understand this. Wait, let me ask AI real quick. Let me ask my analyst. Let me get my analyst on the phone. How about this? Let's get this going. Let's get this going. In the construction industry, what? Ooh, all right. Here we go. Here we are. Okay, hold on. My stuff. I want to open this up to be bigger. I guess it doesn't save. Oh. Oh, here we are. Okay. It's a lot bigger now. I want to zoom in. It doesn't let me zoom in though, chat. So this might be a little hard to read. So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. In the construction industry, what you were describing as quantity takeoff, QTO, and estimating automation agent. This is widely considered one of the highest value applications for AI because it tackles the grunt work of counting and measuring that consumes 20 plus hours a week. Rich Toppy, you spend 20 hours a week doing this? The heck? An AI robot for takeoffs uses computer vision and machine learning to read digital blueprints, either PDF or CAD. It identifies every wall, door, window, or pipe, calculates the exact quantities, linear feet, square footage, or unit counts, and then applies your specific pricing logic to generate a bid. This allows you to double the number of bids you send out without increasing your staff. More than 20? Rich. Come on, Rich. Let's build this right now. This is how we're going to build this out, okay? If you want to build a custom version of this, rather than buying off-the-shelf, have you looked at these? Togal.ai? Here, I'll paste these for you. It says Togal.ai and Toxo AI. Do a quick Google search on these. See if these would be useful for you, Rich. All right, but if we want to do this ourselves, phase 1, data preparation and foundation. Digitize your pricing library. You can't automate an estimate without a brain. Oh, so we got to build a beta days. So you got to add to like a Google Sheets or Airtable what you would price or charge like per different unit. Define success metrics. Decide what trades you want to focus on first. Drywall, electrical, plumbing. Trying to automate everything at once is hard to implement. Okay, good. Then the bot. We have to have vision integration. Computer training models, AWS or Google Cloud to detect and classify elements in your PDF plans. The AI must be trained to recognize symbols, line types, and automatically detect the drawing scale. All right, so then it becomes like a process now. We have to like train your AI algorithm to like understand the different things in different project bids or PDFs or like CAD designs to like recognize visually, hey, this is a drywall or this is a pipe. And that then attaches to my library of pricing because pipes are this, drywalls are this, boom, boom. And then it does like a logic of like, depending on how many volumes of the stuff that I see visually, multiply that times the price, right? It seems not crazy difficult. I mean, it's hard, but it's not impossible. We low-key could try to vibe code this together. This could be cool to vibe code. What if Chat Capital made a business together, like automating an AI, implementing a boring sector, and we sold it for $1 billion? That'd be nice. Okay. Build the logic engine, create an AI agent like Claude or GPT that can read your tender documents, cross-reference the quantities, found by vision, and flag any gaps or potential risk. That's good. And then develop the human-in-the-loop interface. Even the best AI is not fully automated yet. Build a dashboard where an estimator can review, verify, and refine the AI's work. So the AI does the work first, most of the 20 plus hours, and then it has a dashboard for you to kind of like see all the clear outputs. Instead of you like gathering information, it finds it all for you and pulls it together, and it gives its best effort at like estimating things, and then you do the final sign off. And then you can automate the output. Ooh. Low key, we could be. Oh, wait, there's a video on this. Build your custom artificial intelligence estimating.
Here's how to build your own AI estimating assistant. Estimating is really just year 8 maths. AI is more than capable of doing the maths. The hard part is giving it all the right context and information. I'm doing this in a Claude project. The reason I'm using Claude is because Claude 4.5 Opus is the best at logic and reasoning. So once you set up a new project, you'll need three things. You'll need your instructions, which are your system instructions, which is the context you want Claude to have for every single task it completes. And this basically comes down to specifying
Rich, you gotta be doing stuff like this, dog.
You want to put together the estimate and the process you want it to follow, including what output you want it to create. As files it can access for all your tasks, you want to include your activity templates. I store my activity templates in Airtable, and it's basically just a breakdown of all the repeatable tasks that I do on different construction projects, broken down into groupings that specify my resources, the materials rate, and also
but he doesn't have the visual
tender,
though. He doesn't have like the visual AI
specific
stuff.
On your
like this one's basic, but we gotta have some visual stuff. Here you go, Rich. We out here building stuff for the everyday people. He's small channel too, so you know it's yeah. It's likely really good stuff. What's another one? Board Biz AI. That's a funny name. That's a good name. Board Biz AI. I like this. This could be good. Subsurface construction, forestry management, cold storage logistics, maritime port logistics. Like there's so many interesting, fascinating industries that are just so offline, guys. So offline. You know? I think there's like some really cool ways we can build some awesome businesses out of all this stuff. That's my thinking. We really is this Startup Sundays? Did we just come up with some great startups? Is it Startup Sundays for us, chat? Give me some more ideas. Give me some more ideas. I'm looking on Andreessen's portfolio to see like where are they investing in AI. Like see if they're attacking any boring businesses. What is this one doing? Okay, free salespeople from administrative work. Basic, simple. This one is for public safety. Need a lot of data. Yeah, we do need a lot of data. But the data's out there somewhere. We either got to pay access to it or get API. Aerospace and defense. ACASA. You see, they do like they're doing a lot of AI for like tech and like big service businesses like healthcare and enterprise software and all that. Everyone focuses on that. No one really focuses on like the backbone boring stuff. You know what I mean? Like most boring but essential jobs. Blue collar jobs. So we'll see what they're talking about. Whoa. Radiation therapist, male superintendent that coordinates operational management and support services for your Postal Service. This is something AI can do. You're essentially just like route mapping and logistics planning for postal operators. Power plant operators, responsible for controlling the systems used by power plants and generating distributed electricity. Okay. Construction managers. We already figured out how to do AI in that. Ooh, elevator and escalator installers. Like if we wanted to do like an AI product for elevator and escalator installers. Like I doubt anyone is touching AI in that. Let's see. AI. Oh, here we go. Lyft AI. Elevator management platform unifies your elevator data for easy management and proven results. Okay. For property owners. At Lift AI, we combine deep industry expertise with cutting edge technology to address the complex challenges of elevator portfolio management. 5,000 properties. Okay. That's a dope name. God's Will W. That's a cool guy. Manage costs, cut down time, boost ROI. So this essentially just gives a little bit like this is what I was thinking. Like what I think folks are doing is that when elevators go down, I think essentially what people do is like if elevator goes down, they press the button on the elevator. It then calls the building operator and it says, hey, elevator 7 is down in this building. It then calls the elevator maintenance team and says, hey, we need you to go send out a crew to fix this piece of the elevator. This, I think, automates all that. So they probably have like sensors on different elevators to understand useful life, understand when things are going up or down, understanding if it's like not working, understanding like project updates of like if something is complete or not. And that kind of gives a little bit of good, healthy updates to these folks. Understanding like how many times people are pressing that emergency button on an elevator. It's kind of like visual, like this allows you to like kind of like visualize the data. You're not like actually like AI is not doing anything to it. It's kind of like data like you can do data visibility or you can do automation. And I think what we were trying to do, Rich Topic, is do automation, not necessarily data visibility. I think a lot of folks are trying to do like data visibility into their stuff, and that's like this kind of play. When in reality, the real moneymaker is in like automation. So this business is cool, but it ain't that great. Predictive maintenance, okay. Let's pick a different one. Emergency AI, yep. Transportation manager, dental hygienist. Subway or streetcar operator. Detectives. That's kind of cool. This is fascinating. Electrical power line installers. These are like journeymen. I think this is like the most underrated, boring job in the entire world. Like this is like the most in-demand field, I think. People that go up and install cable lines on power poles, it's like ridiculously lucrative as a job. You only do a handful of these a year. It says the average wage is $93,000, but it's like actually a lot higher depending on where you are. And these things are never going away. And you don't need a college degree for it. You just have to go to a journeyman program and you're rolling. And you can do apprenticeship programs where you're getting paid $50,000, $60,000 a year just to be an apprentice and like watch people train you, go up on those poles. There's so much bread in this. So much bread in this. I tried, I don't know if I can, well, I'm not there anymore. But like one of the deals we looked at like a long time ago, at one of my firms was looking at like a electric power line installer / journeyman training school, to where like it was like a trade school dedicated towards people trying to like become journeymen. That was a baller idea. It was a great cash flowing business as well. Streetcars. What's happening in the world of like AI and dentist? The heck? Participants use VR headsets to view a virtual dentist practice in a workshop. Harnessing AI to address barriers in oral health. Okay. AI-powered tools are now helping dentists identify dental decay in patients up to 5 years earlier. Oh, also, guys, if you haven't done your cleaning of your teeth, go to the dentist. I'm a year late. I haven't gone yet. I got to get my teeth cleaned. But don't be like me. I think it's been like 7-8 months. I'm coming up. Oral hygiene is very important, guys. So it improves outcomes for individual patients, and it's also sees the eye to help population level health challenges. To do so effectively, academia and industry help dissolve boundaries. Boom. Wow. This is really cool. So this is like an example of like a really cool thing you do. Like I think it's like it's really worth, if you want to build something, like find something that has a massive TAM, guys. Like you got to find something that has like a huge market that you can build into. And like if you can find like a huge market you can build into, like, and then take the shot to be the first at building it. And who cares if it's not perfect yet, but like solve a pain point, prove a ROI, get some paying customers, and then just invest in marketing to expand into other customers. Like that's a play. And don't try to chase what everyone else is building in AI. Like try some very boring businesses, you know? I hope you guys like this. This is fun. This is fun for me because this is like what I would do anyway, just learning things. Like I'm always just like very curious about businesses. So now it's like, if I ever see a dental, if I ever see like a dental clinic coming for sale, now I know about like how people are using AI in dental care. Like I'm sure this allows for dental doctors to see more patients in the year. And what does that mean? More revenue for the clinics. You know, little things like that. Like it's like really, really important to just stay on top of these things and learn. Next week, I'm back in the hopper and I'm back in the mix with just like back to the deep grind of just like investing and diligence and like business buying and all that. So like our streams, you're going to kind of like see me do more real-time stuff like this of like what's top of mind for me. So we'll see all this stuff together. We can build theses together and themes together. I do have a lot of YouTube work next week to do. So like scripting and ideas. So a lot of YouTube work next week. So if you guys want, I can add that to like our agendas of what to do. But next week's the big hustle week, I think. Like we should all just freaking build and grind next week, I think. I think that'd be like a fun thing for us. Like whatever we all, even if it's like you got work to do, we just want to do it around a community that's also cranking, just like do it while we're on stream, you know? Because I'm going to be cranking, sharing my screen, doing all this stuff, building out these models, sourcing, whatever I'm legally allowed to share on screen, I'm going to share it. So this can be like our cranking sessions, but every day next week, we're going to be streaming, getting stuff done. Next week on my plate, I have YouTube stuff. We have the deal closing stuff, a lot of legal stuff for SBA. I can't share that stuff on stream, so I have to do that either before or after. Prepping. I might build a deck for this one thing. We want to do like we're also doing a value creation plan. So like for the business that we're acquiring, we're working on the value creation plan. So that means like we're hiring more engineers and we are hiring more engineers. We are building like a outsource team, and we're also building a new website and launching new revenue streams. So I can like kind of show you guys how I do that live in person of like finding talent on LinkedIn and reaching out to them and like getting folks into the pipeline. So we can do that next week together. Of course, we're going to deploy into Chat Capital. But I think we also have earnings coming up too. Like I have like team put on the content calendar that for streams, we have earnings coming out for some of our favorite stocks. So later this month, we have Microsoft earnings, Apple earnings, and then some of the other like AI plays. But then early February, it's like big earnings seasons. So hopefully we have positions in, or we're like waiting on the sidelines for our specific plays, because there's going to be a lot of big movement at the end of this month and early next month with earnings coming out, guys. So like we'll listen to earnings together on stream and like get some feedback and see how it impacts our positions. So make sure you guys remind me that we got to like lock in this brokerage account sponsor so we can figure out who we're going to go with. We might even just do it without a sponsor just to get dollars to work. But it'd be cool to have it as like a feature sponsor to where Chat Capital uses X, Y, and Z partner and they give us like some freebie stuff. You know what I'm saying? But all right, chat, that was fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on Shred Lord Smart Money Sundays. We got a lot of stuff to do next week. That's my to-do list. Make sure you guys bring your to-do list too, because we're all working and cranking together. So like whatever you guys have going on, if you need my help with anything, we can, if it's relevant, like do it all together on stream. But that's the goal. I think this is officially my first full week of being like live. every day. Isn't that cool? Hey, W's in the chat for that. I think it's officially 7 days straight, right? 7 or 8, one of those. I don't know. But like every day I went live, even in Vegas. So it's my first week as a streamer. Let's go. That's so freaking dope. It's so cool. Now I'm hooked. I'm definitely not stopping. So, now I'm freaking hooked. So if you guys like this, do me a huge favor. Bang that like button. If you haven't subbed up, sub up already, all right? But as always, guys, this is amazing. This is our like Rich Topic said it best, bro. This is our tribe of absolute ballers. Don't get burnt out. Yeah, that's true. I don't think I'll get burnt out though. I'll get burnt out on the other stuff, like working off stream. That's the stuff that takes up a lot of my energy. Working off stream. So, but this stuff gives me energy, man. We're having fun. We're learning to like we're really all learning together, and it's the coolest thing in the entire world. So, I'm gonna go to the wheels fall off of this, man. But I hope literally every single person in the stream has an incredible night. Praying for all y'all. Hope you have an incredible start to the week. You feel refreshed. You feel energized. Consume as much intel and knowledge as you can, and just act on it. And let's just make smart money plays, guys. Let's all literally try to ball out this week and just like going as hard as we can, working as hard as we can, being smart, being diligent. Whether it's our jobs, whether it's our businesses like the construction business or the grooming business, or if we're in school or if we're starting something, just give it your all, give it 100%. And then check back in with the stream tomorrow night so that we can all hear how everyone's doing. So this is our tribe. This is our crew. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace and love, everybody. And I will catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace out, Red Lords. Good night. Very nice.